Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Nitai Gaura Hariba 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 Nitai Gaura Hariba Nitai Gaura Hariba 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 Nitai Gaura Hariba Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gaur Brahmananda
Jayam Vishnuvad Paramamsa Paripurajagacharya Atsotar Sati Sri Sriman His Divine Grace Alayat Sharananda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnuvad Paramamsa Paripurajagacharya Atsotar Sati Sri Sriman His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Ananda Garis Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Shri Haridasa Thakur Ki Founder Charge of Iskcon Srila Prabhupada Ki Iskcon Guruvrinda Ki Prem to the whole Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Govinda Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jamunamai Ki Gangamai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulasi Rani Ki Shri Vrindavana Dhamma Ki Shri Shri Navadeva Maya Pradama Ki Shri Purushottama Kshetra Jagannatha Pradama Ki Shri Shri Radha Nirmala Ki Shri Shri Radha Giridhari Ji Ki Shri Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Shri Shri Nitai Chaitanya Chandra Ki Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Chandra Ki Shri Shri Varaha Trayodasi Ki Shri Varahadeva Ki Shri Varahadeva Ki Shri Shri Varahadeva Utsava Ki Gaura Brahmanandi All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Guru and Sri Guru. All glories to this assembled devotees. All over the planet.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari. Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari. Jaya Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Janaya Shodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Anjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Bihari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. जय राधा नील माधव राधा नील माधव राधे, जय प्रभुपदा जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपदा। जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा। देवा जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय गौर भक्त वृंद, गौर भक्त वृंद जय गौर भक्त वृंद। गौर भक्त वृंद जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज कचार्य श्रोतर सत श्री श्रीमद ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण की जय। बोल प्रेमानंदे। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotee, all glories to the assembled devotee, all glories to the assembled devotee, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram cheva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैस्तुकी शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridiyasto hi abhadrani Vidyunoti Sruhasatam. So Hare Krishna, everybody. It's age, it comes with. So this morning, we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavad Purana, Canto 10, the Summum Bonum. Text number, chapter 86, text 48. Actually, I thought 48 was done, so I read 3-4 more texts. So we will read the translation and discuss one point that this text is, or slokas bring up, and then we talk a little bit about Varahadeva. It's not a Vamandev, but Varahadeva, appearance day. Okay. So text number 48 is on the board. We will do word by word, and then we will recite the text. Namo stute dhyatma vidam paratmane anatmane swatma vibhakta mrutyave sa karana karanam lingam yuse swa mayayasma bhrutta ruddha drustaye namo sute tu dhyatma vidam paratmane namo stute dhyatma vidam paratmane anatmane swatma vibhakta murtave anatmane swatma vibhakta mrutyave sakarana karan ligam iyuse swamayaya samvrutaruddha drustaye swamayaya samvrutaruddha drustaye namo stute dhyatma vidam paratmane anatmane swatma vibhakta murtave sakarana karan ligam iyuse swamayaya samvrutaruddha drustaye namo stute dhyatma vidam paratmane anatmane swatma vibhakta murtyave sakarana karan lingam iyuse swamayaya samvrutaruddha drustaye. Please recite. Namo sute dhyatma vidam paratmane anatmane murtave sakarana karan lingam iyuse swamayaya samvrutaruddha drustaye. Masute Sudhatma Vidam Paratmane. It's the drushta ye, why, instead of we. The last word on the board, instead of V for Victor, is a Y for yellow. Drushta ye. So that's what he's correcting it. Okay. Namo sute tudhatma vidam paratmane. Anatmane swatma vibhakta murtave. Sakaranar karan lingamayuse. Swamayaya samvrutaruddhayutadve. Namo sute dhyatma vidam paratmane. Anatmane swatma vibhakta murtyave. Sakarana karana ingam yuse. Swamayaya samvrutaruddha drushtaye. Namostute dhyatma vidam paratmane. Anatmane swatma vibhakta murtyave. Sakarana karana ilingam iyuse. Swamayaya samvrutaruddha drushtaye. Anybody else? Mataji. Namostute dhyatma vidam paratmane. Anatmane swatma vibhakta murtaye. Sakarana karana lingam iyuse. Swamayaya samvrutaruddha drushtaye. Namostute dhyatma vidam paratmane. Anatmane swatma vibhakta murtyave. Sakarana karanigam ayuse. Swamayaya samvrutaruddha drushtyate. Nama, obeisances. Astu, may there be. Te, unto you. Adhyatma, the absolute truth. Vidam, for those who know. Paratmane, the supreme soul. Anatmane, to the conditioned jiva soul. Swa-atma, from yourself, in the form of time. Vibhakta, who gives. Murtave, death. Sakaran, having a cause. Akaran, having no cause. Lingam, the forms. Respectfully, the material form of universe and also your original spiritual form. Form of the universe and also your original spiritual form. You say, who assume Swamayaya by your own mystic potency. Asamvrita, uncovered. Ruddha, and blocked. Drustate, vision. Translation and the purport by the disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Let me offer my obeisances unto you. You are realized as the Supreme Soul by those who know the absolute truth. Whereas in your form of time, you impose death upon the forgetful souls. You appear both in your causeless spiritual form and in the created form of this universe, thus simultaneously uncovering the eyes of your devotees and obstructing the vision of the devotees. Purport. When the Lord appears before His devotees in His eternal spiritual form, their eyes become uncovered, in the sense that all vestiges of illusions are dispelled, and they drink in the beautiful vision of absolute truth, the personality of Godhead. For the non-devotees, on the other hand, the Lord appears as material nature, His universal form. And in this way, He covers their vision so that His spiritual personal form remains invisible to them. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti gives another interpretation of this verse. Based on an alternative understanding of anatmane, a form of the word anatma, various classes of men know the absolute truth in different ways. The devotees of Lord, who are in a reciprocal mood of neutral admiration, santarasa, meditate on a supreme as a possessing a divine personal form, Atma, or Sri Vigraha, transcending all aspects of material illusion. The impersonal philosophers, jnanis, conceive of Him as formless, anatma, and the envious demons see Him in the form of death. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Radha Govinda Goswami Ti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpataruvacha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnava. Very nice verse, 49. I'm going to read the translation again and comment a little bit on it. It says, let me offer my obeisances unto you. Who is offering the obeisances here? Srutadeva devotee is offering the obeisances. It says, you are realized as the Supreme Soul by those who know the absolute truth. So the absolute truth can be known by the three ways, right? Impersonal Brahman, Supreme Soul or Super Soul sitting in all the living entities' heart, and then personal form of the Supreme Personality of God. So here, the Srutadeva says that you can be realized as the absolute truth, as a Supreme Soul, okay? Where in the form of a time, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, I am the time. Okay? He is the controller of everything, and He controls it in terms of the time. So Lord Krishna is in the form of time controlling everything, and he says you impose death. Okay? So ultimately, and in the purport also, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he comes for the demons. Why did he say he comes in for the demons? Why didn't he say he's for all the living entities? Because for the devotee of the Lord, it's the same thing. They are not afraid of the death. Okay? They want to be wherever Krishna wants them to be. So for them, death is not an issue. Okay? Here, that's the reason Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that an envious demon see you as a death. That's the reason he didn't say all the living entities. Okay? There's a death upon the forgetful souls. Demons or forgetful soul. Forgetful souls, the people who have forgotten their eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead as eternal servant of the Supreme, has forgot about the love of the God, they have forgotten the relationship with the Lord. So for that reason, it says, here in this translation it says, you impose on those people and you show up as a death in terms of time. You appear both in your causeless spiritual form and in the created form of this universe. Causeless spiritual form. Supreme Personality of Godhead shows up in his eternal spiritual form when he appears. Okay? But for the material creation, for the living entities, okay, creates the material universe. Okay? And in that material universe, then the living entities impregnated, and that's how the universe is created. Thus, simultaneously uncovering the eyes of your devotees and obstructing the vision of the non-devotees. Here, the avyakta and avyakta in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, these two are discussed in one of the texts. You can see the universe, you can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his energy, or you cannot see, either way. Yeah? So the devotees whose eyes are anointed with the love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and whose visions are spiritualized, they are able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are able to do the darshan. But the non-devotees, they are not able to see it because they don't have the love of the Godhead. Their eyes are not spiritualized in terms of being able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here, in a couple of places, 2-3 different places, the universal form is mentioned. Even non-devotees, they can't even understand the universal form. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, I am the taste of the water. I am this, I am that. All of those things are there for us to realize when we see those things, when we experience those things, we're supposed to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, the devotees will realize that. But the non-devotees, they have no clue about it. Now, they might challenge you and say, have you seen Krishna? Show me Krishna, then I will believe you. Yeah, sure, I will show you Krishna. You know, how can you show him a Krishna? There is no way you can show him a Krishna. In order for you to see Krishna, you got to have that vision. You got to have that love for Krishna to be able to see that. Okay? So, for non-devotees, there is no vision. It's avyakta. It's not vyakta. Vyakta is for the devotee. Devotees can see that. Pure devotees can see, experience the love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Because they have not forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They know what their eternal relationship is. Okay? to start with, they know that I am the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Eternal servant, not just a temporary. Okay? When I need something, I am your servant. Not like that. I'm an eternal servant of you. And when you have that type of realization, when you are serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with that feeling, with that love, then you can see all the different energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whether it's a direct or indirect way, like universal from creation. So when you drink a water, you realize, wow, this is the taste of water. Where does it come from? It should remind you of Krishna, fragrance of the flowers. All these different things that he has devoted a whole chapter telling Arjuna how to visualize the universal form, how to think about him when we see those different items. And that's love of Godhead. That's the summary of this particular text for me. Now, I was going to read more text, but when I didn't know about this text, so when I read the purport and all that, I decided to comment on it. I'm going to spend remaining time on Varahadeva. Okay? And if we get time, then we will read maybe a couple of more. Okay, so Varahadeva. I was asked this morning even, and I have been asked, so I'm going to share my understanding of it. And I have learned scholars in this room, great devotees. So if I'm misquoting something, then you guys can correct me on this. I was asked, how come we are fasting yesterday and today is the appearance day of Lord Varahadeva? That was the question. So this is my understanding. Yesterday was Ekadasi. So, Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhava ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Yesterday was Ekadasi. So, if we did Ekadasi, fasting yesterday, and if we were supposed to do the noon, until noon, the fasting for Varahadeva appearance day, then we can't break the fast. If we break the fast, then we have broken Varahadeva's fasting until noon. So that's the reason we do fasting on a day of Ekadasi. So on a day of Ekadasi, we are fasting for two things. We are fasting for Ekadasi, and we are fasting for Varahadeva's appearance day. So when we are fasting on Ekadasi, how do we differentiate those two? One for Varahadeva and one for Ekadasi. So Varahadeva, we fast until noon, right? And this is an example I visualize. Okay? Amrish Maharaj, when he did fasting for Ekadasi, he was doing Nirjala Ekadasi, right? So when he broke the fast, what did he do? He drank water. There was considered breaking a fast. Why? Because he was doing a Nirjala Ekadasi. Now, if he was not doing a Nirjala Ekadasi, and if he was doing like I am doing, eating the Ekadasi Prasadam, okay, then if he had drank water, it would not be considered a breaking fast. Right? So, same way here, on a Varahadeva and Ekadasi fasting until noon you are not supposed to take anything. I think you can take water, but no fruits or no Ekadasi prasadam until noon. So until noon, by doing that, you have done fasting for the Varahadeva, right? And when you take prasad, Ekadasi prasad, at noon, what you are doing? You are breaking the Varahadeva's fasting. This is my understanding, okay? And then you go on with your fasting for the Ekadasi. Next day, on a Dwadasi, or on a day of Varahadeva appearance, when you break the fast in the morning, you are breaking a fast for the Ekadasi. This is my understanding. Okay, scholars, any correction, addition? Okay, so the people who asked, 2-3 people asked me question. For them, I hope they are listening on internet. If not, maybe we can explain to them one-on-one, okay? So today is a Varahadev's appearance day. I'm going to go to the text in the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and then I'm going to go to, there is another place also. I'll find it. I have it marked, don't worry. Okay, so the first one is in first canto, chapter 3, text number 7. In the first canto, all the reincarnations, the Supreme Personality of Godhead are described. Okay? Sukdev Goswami goes through each and every one of those. One of those is Varahadeva appearance day on text number 7. So I'm going to read the translation, and then interesting comments Srila Prabhupada has in it here. So I'm going to read that also in here. The supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices accepted the incarnation of a boar, the second incarnation, and for the welfare of earth, he lifted the earth from the nether regions of the universe. Okay, purport. Indication is that for each and every incarnation of the personality of Godhead, the particular function executed is also mentioned. There cannot be any incarnation without a particular function, and as such functions are always extraordinary. They are impossible for any living being to perform. The incarnation of boar was to take the earth, and I'm going to stop here before I finish the sentence. So sometimes you might wonder, now why did Lord Krishna take the form of Varah, boar, or pig, we might say, no, dirty animal? Why did he take that particular form? Of all the animals, boar animal, why did he take that form? Yes, Prabhuji. Can lift, but there are some other elephant can lift a lot more weight. So why didn't he take the form of the elephant? Okay, Prabhupada here says, but in another place I have read. So I'm going to finish this sentence now. The incarnation of boar was to take earth out of Pluto region of filthy matter. Srila Prabhupada, another place, comments also that in the universe, Pluto planet, Pluto, that's where this earth is considered a dirty area. And boar being the dirty animal, who can go in there? Only dirty animal can go in there. So that's the reason he took the boar form and went there and picked up the Mother Earth. Picking up something from a filthy place is done by a boar. And an all-powerful personality of Godhead displayed this wonder to the Asuras, who had hidden the earth in such a filthy place. There is nothing impossible for the personality of Godhead, and although he played the part of a boar, by the devotees he is worshipped, staying always in transcendence. So, in this particular appearance, there is another place Okay. In the third canto, there is a little bit more description about the Varahadeva. So Krishna Kripa Prabhu and I had some discussion this morning. Actually, I asked him a question, and there are two Varah appearances. Okay? One is a Svet Varah. Varahadeva appeared twice. One as a Svet Varah, and the second one is a pink or red Varah. And Varah, the red Varah appearance was in Chaksus millennium. Okay? And the Svet Varah was a Swayambhu Manus, millennium. Now, in a comment, in a purport in the third canto, Srila Prabhupada explains, and this is my understanding of it. Whenever Brahma's day ends, the universe gets annihilated, right? Now, there are different types of annihilation. 12th canto describes different types of annihilations. Partial annihilation, complete annihilation. Even our body is getting annihilated every second. The cells of the skin continuously dying and being removed and replaced. So similarly, the universe is getting annihilated at a different time, partial or complete or whatever. So at the end of Brahma's day, that is a partial annihilation, that happens. And during that partial annihilation, all the planets go to the bottom of a Garbhodak ocean, at the bottom. Okay? And when the creation happens again, all of those universes are brought up. Okay? So I guess Varahadeva has each time there is annihilation has a business to take care of, right? So I don't know if that's the case, but this comment is there in the third canto by Srila Prabhupada in a purport that says that the end of Brahma's day, when the universe is annihilated, all the planets end up in the bottom of the Garbhodak ocean. And then when the creation happens, it's brought up. I don't know. But these two appearances of the Lord happen in a two different millennium. I don't know what that means. Bhagavatam is not reading, at least the way I read it, in the first canto and the third canto, and doing search on a database, I didn't find any other explanation. But what the difference is between Svet and red appearances of Varahadeva. And when I'm finished, I will open up, and again I will ask if anybody else has any comment on that. So, the Varahadeva appearance in the first canto, that we talked about it. And here in the third canto, being talked about is a Svet Varah. Okay? And here in a text number 17, 3:13:17, if anybody wants to look it up, Brahma thought, here is the translation, while I have been engaged in the process of creation, the earth has been inundated by a deluge and has gone down in the depth of ocean. Here, that ocean is Garbhodak ocean. What can we do who are engaged in this matter of creation? So he has a problem here. He says, I'm supposed to do the creation, but where is the earth? Where am I supposed to put all this creation I'm creating? Okay? So, whenever there is a problem, where are we supposed to go? To the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he thinks about Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he says, it is best to let the Almighty Lord direct us. So he goes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. Text number 18. O sinless Vidura. This is the third canto, by the way. This particular incarnation is a discussion between Maitreya Muni and Vidura. That is being quoted by the Sukadeva Goswami in this. Okay? O sinless Vidura, all of a sudden, while Brahma was engaged in the thinking, a small form of a boar came out of his nostril. Okay? Little tiny one came out. The measurement of the creature was not more than the upper portion of thumb, about this size. But don't get too excited. All of a sudden, it became gigantic. Okay. I'm going to go to the Veda base. 113:18. If I can get to it. Okay, I got it. Okay, text number 18. Mahatma Vidur knew all this, and therefore he addressed Dhritarashtra saying, "My dear king, please get out of here immediately, don't delay." I got a wrong text. No, that's not. I got it in the 13th, first canto. Appearance of Varahadeva. I got it. I thought I had bookmarked, but I didn't bookmark it. Okay. O sinless Vidura, all of a sudden, while Brahma was engaged in thinking, a small form of a boar came out of the nostril. I read this particular one, so 19. O descendant of Bharat, while Brahma was observing him, that boar became situated in the sky in a wonderful manifestation as a gigantic, as a great elephant. I didn't think about an elephant at that time, but that's what here it is. So he became big like an elephant, okay? And struck with wonder as observing the wonderful boar-like form in the sky, Brahma, with the great Brahmanas like Marichi, as well as Kumaras and Manu, began to argue in the different ways. Text number 21. I'm going to skip some of these because I want to give you guys a chance to add to it. The omnipotent Supreme Personality of Godhead enlivened Brahma and other highly elevated Brahmanas by again roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions. In this particular form, Lord kills Hiranyaksha, brother of Hiranyakashipu, and then brings Mother Earth to the surface, and the creation starts again. There are a number of more texts, but this is the essence of the remaining text. So that's what I have to say. If any one of you want to add to this sweat and red boar form of the Lord and Pluto region or anything else, please feel free. Do we have a microphone? Anyone?
One of the most beautiful presentations of Krishna consciousness was produced by Jayadev Goswami when he was staying in Mayapur, actually, just near the Yogapeeth, not far from there, actually. And in his meditation, he created the Gita Govinda, which is you could say a corollary to the Brahma Samhita. Shri Radha Nilamadhava?
Shri Radha Nilamadhava ki. Yeah.
Because in the Gita Govinda, it's a very beautiful prayers, all through it. And it's all about, it's the actual story, the song about Govinda.
By Jayadev.
Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahma ends his prayers with. And then Jayadev Goswami elaborates on the different incarnations, specifically Sri Dasa Avatara Strotam from the Gita Govinda, which also has the Nrsimha prayer, Tabakara Kamala Bure Nakarma Bhuta Sringham. So it basically goes through 10 incarnations of Krishna that appear on a regular basis for specific pastimes. So the color, if we take Garga Muni's instructions to Nanda Maharaj at the birth of Krishna, and even the personality that comes in Lord Chaitanya's appearance, and he describes all these different colors the Lord has appeared in before, it's kind of based on the particular and specific yuga that the Lord appears in. In other words, he's needed for a specific purpose. Varahadeva is to pick the earth out of the Garbhodak ocean. Now, why and how it gets there is a whole nother thing. But in this prayer, by Jayadev Goswami, he chants, Vasanti dasana sukare dharanita valagna Sasini kalanka kalevara nirmagna Keshabadrita Sukara Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare. So Lagna is that he refixes the earth back in its orbit.
Right.
And here, Jayadev Goswami is comparing Varaha carrying the earth planet as the moon is fixed in the sky. So the translation is, O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a boar, all glories to you. The earth, which has sunk to the bottom of the Garbha ocean, sits fixed upon the tip of your tusk, just like a spot upon the moon. So he describes that the Lord comes whenever required to reestablish the earth planet in the universal structure. And it's perched as if the effulgence of the moon, or the effulgence of Varahadeva, it's perched there as if, because the moon is always compared to being Purnam and beautiful, but it has spots. And we do not pick apart the fact that the moon has spots and take that away from the beauty of the moon. Right?
Yeah.
So the Lord comes as Varaha, various yugas, various colors, but for the specific purpose of reestablishing the earth, which is Maharloka, the middle planetary system, or Bhuloka, the earth planet, in a specific orbit. Or position within the sun's realm. So in that way, he simply comes when required to do a specific purpose, which is to go down into the dirty regions, as Prabhupada's describing in the Pluto region, or the Garbhodak ocean. So that means that Pluto isn't up there, it's down there. Yeah. In terms of our understanding in the West of how the universe is structured and where it actually is. because the universe is a very perplexing thing, and modern science does not have the instrumentation to actually understand it. But it is organized in such a way that we can learn certain things from the placement of the celestial beings and planetary bodies and etc. But Varaha comes when required to reestablish the position of the planets.
So that means Varahadeva appears every time, each day, at the end of Brahma's day. Bhagavatam doesn't say this way.
Basically, yeah.
But that's our speculation, is that.
Well, it would depend on, because during the pastime that's in this version of the Bhagavatam, in this particular Manvantar, there's 14 per day of Brahma.
Right.
So at which point the earth sinks into the ocean, there could be several interesting reasons. And for Brahma, it would be perplexing because he just put it somewhere. And now all of a sudden it's gone. Right. So as soon as Brahma thinks about it, immediately the Supreme Lord appears to rectify that situation.
By the way, when the complete annihilation happens, I was talking about the partial annihilation and a complete annihilation. When complete annihilation happens, that planet, which is a material energy, goes back into the Vishnu as a pradhan. But this is my interpretation of that.
Careful.
Is that when there is a partial, then all the planets go at the bottom of the Garbhodak. That's what
it always describes
in third canto, that's what it says.
Yeah, but it generally describes that there's a flood. And the flood either comes up this high or this high.
Yeah.
Like at the end
of
Brahma's life, there's a complete winding up the entire creation. Yeah. But at the end of his day, there's a partial incarnation. So apparently there's different levels of how far that water comes up at any particular point, or what causes it to sink, or that's out of our pay grade, as Chaitanya Prabhu said yesterday, to understand. But the Lord comes in the form of a boar when required, to uplift something from somewhere else. Whereas Nrsingadev, he also comes specifically when there's some real confusion as to what's required as an incarnation to deal with a particular demon. Like this particular case, in the red form, he fights Hiranyakasipu, his brother, Hiranyaksha, and sets a whole motion in place for Nrsingadev's appearance. And that may not happen every Manvantar, but it happens this particular one. So red would be a good reason to fight. And he needed to come to fight Hiranyaksha. That was all part of it also, to get this particular demon to stop harassing everyone else in the universe, in addition to picking up the earth. So
anyone? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. While this verse does some explanation of Hiranyaksha's actions with Varahadeva, I was wondering, while Krishna has infinite tolerance and the only unforgivable thing is to forget about him, infinite tolerance.
Okay.
It says in Srimad Bhagavatam that Varahadeva was hurt by Hiranyaksha's insults. So I was wondering if the demigods praised him for killing Hiranyaksha, but was there anyone who actually addressed that he was hurt and told him not to worry about that?
Anybody address?
Hiranyakasipu also explains to the wives of Hiranyaksha how he's not really gone.
He's not gone.
Because he's eternal.
Okay.
He appeases the wives
Okay.
of Hiranyakashipu.
I'm not trying to avoid your question, Prabhu. I understand the question now. But related to this topic today, let's stick with that in interest of time. We can, one-on-one, we can talk about that after the class. But in interest of time, if you have a related question to the topic we talked about it, let's have that discussion, okay? Any other question? रिले रहती। श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, बोल प्रेमानंद।